And we're back.
And the door is closed.
The door is closed. We are go.
That's the sign. That's the sign. How you doing, Will?
I'm here.
You are. You are. Hang on.
I'm real.
You're
I
real.
promise.
You're
Either
actually
that
real.
or this is a very strong hallucination.
Do you know what's funny? Because I've been here, probably 7 or 8 times now. And I think we've actually been in like 2 or 3 episodes
I think it's
together.
3.
Yeah.
I want to say 3.
Wow. Dude,
maybe,
this is unreal.
Maybe 4. No.
You're pushing it now.
I might,
He could be right.
maybe I dreamt that one. I
He
don't
could
know.
be right. I was just saying, okay, I think we're episode 55. I'm pretty certain we are. But I can't be 100% sure because Dan's not here to verify. He's usually the man that verifies that.
I'm pretty sure he sits in the car before coming in just counting each episode.
Probably. But I think it is 55. Well, yeah, because last week was 54, so it is.
Well, that would make sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
Logically speaking, anyway.
Yeah, numerically as well.
Unless we're Lucasfilms, in which case, no.
No, then it's backwards.
This is episode 3.
It's backwards. How you been anyway, mate? How you been? Because obviously it's been a while. It's good to see you here.
How have I been? Absolutely blown out my arse.
Okay. Explain. Explain.
So, see, I can actually talk about some of these bits now because
Okay.
it's not sensitive information,
I like
which
it.
makes it sound like I do something really impressive. I really don't.
CIA stuff.
Yeah. So I've been on a driving course,
Okay.
and I'm in week 3 now. And I was thinking, it's for the driving course, it's Monday to Friday, should be finishing about 2:30 each time. Absolutely fine, living it. I'll be able to come to the podcast for literally 3 weeks in a row, no issues whatsoever. And then, last 2 weeks I wasn't there.
So there's issues.
So-
Timing issues.
Well, it's not necessarily anything that, like, the course is done. The course is fine. But I think on the first one, we ended up in Hales Owen for
Bit of a
whatever
trek, yeah.
reason. I genuinely couldn't tell you why we were there, but we were there.
Okay.
So we ended up finishing late. And then the second one, loads of, like, we came out, I think it was about 4 in total, collisions in the Cotswolds.
Wow. Oh, yes. Okay,
And
because you were saying
even
that,
though
right.
we're on a driving course, really, we should stop. Unless it's damage only and everyone's fine and they're talking,
Yeah.
don't need to stop. However, the first one crashed into a post. It looked pretty bad. She was fine, but it looked worse than it was. So
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, we really should stop for this one.
You were driving past.
And then we
yeah.
drove past another one, which was like 2 in 1. And that, so we drove past it, and that car's on its roof. That's not good. Thinking it'd been there for a while. But because we were too busy looking at that, we didn't see the person on the other side of the road waving at us to flag us down.
Oh, shit.
And went a bit further up, we should probably turn around then, because the other car had told us. So we were spinning around, and as we looked down the driver, there's another one with loads of damage on it, which we think, shit, have they been involved in that as well? Fucking hell. So we're saying to the guy, you're right, you go deal with them, we're going to go deal with this one on the roof. Again, he was absolutely fine. Tried telling us he went round the corner at 20 miles an hour.
See, the thing is, if you didn't stop, that'd be on your mind. It would be on mine.
Well,
anyway.
if we hadn't seen them waving, then no.
No, I guess not.
Because it looked,
You
it
can't just,
looked like it had been there
ignore
for
'em.
ages. It just looked like it was part of the furniture.
Really?
There was no one in it, and no one obviously injured around, like panicking. So, but the other guy saw this, like waving at us, and we're like, probably should have stopped there. So we did.
Yeah, see,
But because of those, then obviously wasn't able to.
I couldn't do what
because
you
he was
do.
still there.
Not even close. But do you get to spend a lot of time in the car?
Oh, yeah, we spent all day
All day?
in the car.
Oh, screw that.
Apart from like the hour we spend for lunch at a nice cafe somewhere. It's very nice.
Yeah, I guess that could be quite
But
nice.
because I am trying a new diet, it's been torture.
You're trying to do what?
Trying a new diet.
Okay, tell me about the diet. This is me, right? Tell me about this diet.
So, for a long time, I have just eaten pure shit. And it's gotten to the point now where it actively hurts to do up my work trousers.
Okay.
And when you sat down for prolonged periods of time, you then start to realise that you no longer have legs attached to your body because they've been cut off by your waistband. So I thought I need to do something about this. I got a bit emotional about it because I've been meaning to sort something, but me being me, I procrastinate and then don't do it.
Right.
So for breakfast, I decided, okay, I'm actually going to have breakfast this time because I don't normally, but I thought I'm going to have breakfast just to help me with this. I'm going to have some Weetabix. Nice bit of fibre, good way to start your day.
Slow energy release as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then around lunchtime-ish, I did myself a nice little box of like carrot sticks, cucumber sticks, and some pepper. It's a nice little mix there, nice and healthy. And then if that hadn't quite done it, if I was still really hungry, Joe would make me a wrap after work with just some like lettuce, cucumber, ham, just something that's nice. It's still healthy. And it's good for you.
But with a bit of substance to it.
Exactly. Yeah, just to fill me up ready for dinner, and then for dinner I just have half as much as what I normally would. Which if it's pasta, it's still about a full bag. So, but I just cut down that calorie intake because I mean I don't exercise anywhere near as much as I used to. Which I really should, because I've just remembered we've got a half marathon coming up next year.
Yes,
So
that's
I should
correct.
probably really get on
I'm
top
not
of
going to be
that.
involved in that.
Rub it in, why don't you? No, you can have the extra slot. No,
I'm asthmatic. I'll die. I don't want to die.
I'm just a fat bastard.
You said it.
So I've been trialing that, and so far it's been going okay.
No headache.
But then no, and then it was my birthday, and obviously I was like, "It's my birthday." Yeah,
when's your birthday?
It was last week.
Did I say happy birthday to you? No, I didn't. I didn't even know it was your birthday last week.
I thought you did.
Maybe I did, but I don't remember. Because you're like a mirage, I've forgotten.
I don't know if this person's real. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you did. But it was my birthday last week, and obviously I'm on this course. And then we stopped at Mackey's that day rather than a nice cafe, and I was really annoyed because I really wanted like a nice bacon batch. But instead, I had a McMuffin. And then I went to Waggers for dinner, courtesy of Joe. So I thought, that's my cheat day. And then I got into the mindset, well, I've already ruined the week. And then started eating shit. I didn't eat loads of shit, but I sort of deviated from my plan.
So you indulged quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your ultimate aim?
My ultimate aim is mainly just so my trousers can fit.
Okay.
But it's just to get my fitness up as a whole
Sure.
as well. And when I find it hard to exercise on my days off, especially when I don't, because I'm at work all the time, I don't want to be doing exercise when I'm at work, like after work or before, because it will just kill me. And then I want to treat my days off as days off. So I'm trying to think, how can I just shed a couple of pounds just to light myself up and just get a good base mark? So I thought, I'll start with the diet.
That's very important.
Just trim myself down. Not loads. I don't want to become skinny. But just enough that I can feel better about myself. Because at the minute when I look in the mirror, I just see like a manatee floating there. So I just want to get that squared away. And then once that's done, it will just be like second nature, just a routine. And then I can focus on putting more exercise in. And if I do exercise more, I'll up my calories. Because obviously I don't want to be in so much of a calorie deficit that I end up becoming, skin and bone.
Yeah.
That's
You've got to have a super good balance on this: proteins, fibers, all that kind of stuff. Calories intake is so important. Now, I'm going to chime in on this because once you start actually getting into the rhythm of actually exercising and dieting, and it starts to become a habit, you'll actually enjoy it. You will enjoy it, because I did exactly that. I went from eating shit constantly and enjoying it to now eating shit probably once a week. But I'm actually having a really good diet during the week. Brown rice, good for you. Well, better than white. Anything brown, really. Pasta. But just the only problem with brown stuff, whole wheat stuff, is it takes forever to cook.
I always find that with the whole wheat pasta.
Yeah. But again, it actually helps in the long run, because, with carbs, for example, carbs turn into sugar, which can lead to diabetes. So a lot of people don't think of that. They just assume that diabetes can be caused of sweets and all that kind of junk shit. But it's also
caused by a lot of things. Yeah.
Of course it can. Of course it can. And just look into your diet more. And it's so fucking interesting. Once you start realizing what's actually good for you and what's bad for you, you realize fruit juice.
That's bad.
Yeah. And a lot of people just assume, it's fruit, it's just squished down. It's probably, you gotta have it. It's great.
Which means you should only have a small amount because it's concentrated.
Exactly. And also eating fruit as well, like certain citrus fruits, ruins your teeth.
Pineapple especially, you can feel that burning.
That shit tastes good though.
It does.
It does.
It does. I do love a bit of pineapple juice, I have to admit.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for it.
Me too. Actually, I did random, completely off topic. I actually made a
flavored.
Is it? The gold one is as well, actually. The gold one. The gold was really nice. But I made a pineapple ice cream and just used a bit of condensed milk in it and pineapple juice. That was it. And I just mixed it all together, and it was pineapple juice, condensed milk, and a bit of normal milk. Too much condensed milk is way too sweet. And you got sweetness from the pineapple anyway. Bang in. Best thing I ever made. 3 ingredients. That's all you need.
Do you have an ice cream machine?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
How did you mix these ingredients?
Just a good old whisk and my hand.
And put it in a tub and freeze it.
That's it. Just every 20 minutes, half an hour, just go in, stir. That's it.
Mad.
That's all it takes. You don't need
I'm
an
not-
ice cream maker. It's just for
No, I
lazy
say
people.
I'm going to give this a go. I'm not going to.
You're not going.
I can say it as many times as I want and try and fool you into thinking I'm going to do it.
I tell you what,
It's
next
never
time I
gonna
make it, I'll
happen.
just bring you some. How's that?
You got a deal.
Yeah.
Right,
Anyway, we digress.
we digressed. Yeah, a lot there. Anyway, so the topic we wanted to discuss today before we got into that,
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got there really, but we got there.
You was girlfriend attention.
Digital hide and seek. Now, you came up with this topic,
Yeah.
and when I read that message you sent, I thought that was a good one.
It's so broad.
Think of the rabbit holes we could go down with this.
There is. I mean, I've got quite a lot of experience in digital hide and seek as the person who's been on both sides of it. Now, do you know much about digital hide and seek? I know you did some research, actually. Is this the first time you did some research?
It's not,
Okay.
but it's the first time I've done it so close to the podcast that I've remembered what I've searched.
Okay.
So, and when I've looked into it, I've then realised, actually, I know more about it than I realised because, as you've said, I've been on both sides of it without realising.
Yeah.
I just never put a name to it. I thought either I was being a dick or someone else was being
See,
a dick.
I didn't know about the name to it either because it's really broad in terms of what digital hide and seek can be. Do you want to give me your take on it?
All right, yeah. So, I mean, from what I looked into, it can start off meaning really well. So you could think, okay, I'm struggling with anxiety. I'm feeling a bit low. I'm going to withdraw from social media for a bit because it's having a detrimental effect on my mental health, seeing people living it large. I know we've mentioned in previous episodes that social media is not an accurate representation of how people live.
It's not.
But we still look at it that way despite knowing that. Because we're human.
Yeah.
So you'd come away from it, think to have a bit of a break, whether it's you take an hour off what you normally would, or even a day, or several days. But then you get used to that. And nowadays, social media is the main way people message.
Yep.
Not many people text anymore. It's usually messages on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So then you're thinking, right, okay, I've come off that social media. Those messages are not being read. Because you'll see it come up, you'll put it down without thinking. And in your mind, you're thinking, I'm having a break. But then that other person who's messaging you might have had a very good reason to message you.
Yeah.
And you've just gone, not read it, or you have read it,
Yeah.
but you've put it down anyway. So they're on the other end thinking, why is he not reading my message? Why is he not replying? And then you get into this cycle of finally opening the message, going, oh, I'm so sorry, I've not been on my phone, or blah, 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 blah. How are you? And you do it again.
Yeah.
So you just do this, like, it's almost more like peekaboo
Yeah.
or Marco Polo.
It's kind of scary that the person on either side probably wants to see if you're okay, just check in, just genuinely gives a shit.
Yeah.
To then see that you've not read the message for a couple of days, perhaps, for example, and then you get the 2 blue ticks. And you think, oh, they'll respond in a minute. Carry on with your day. No response. Day 2, day 3, same kind of thing. And you think, what the fuck's actually going on? And I think this is where the hide and seek aspect of it comes in, even though they might be oblivious to the whole situation of, okay, they don't really care that much for me to respond, or not even thinking that they need to respond. It can mess with your head.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've been on the receiving end of that as well.
Yeah.
So whether it's from a relationship interest or a friend or family member or literally just anyone, and you message them, it could be something important. It could just be a simple question of how are you? And you see, you're undelivered. They've been active 2 hours ago. Message was sent 4 hours ago. Okay, maybe they're at work. Maybe they're busy. They might have just replied to a really important message and they'll get to me. Then it's read. And you think, okay, we'll wait for the message. And even if you don't realise it, it's then on your mind.
Yep.
And then you're constantly checking your phone to see if they've replied. To realise they haven't. Why haven't they replied? Why have they read it and not replied? What have I said something? Have I upset them? Have I done X, Y, Z?
Yeah.
And then
You build scenarios in your head.
and then you start going, am I a bad person? Like, I've done something really horrible. When the reality of it is, either they're just going through a tough time and they don't realise they've done it, or they're being a dick, or it could just be a case of, I don't have the energy to reply. And if I say, I don't have the energy to reply, or so I'm just going through a tough time, are they going to want to carry on that conversation?
You know, a lot of this actually can be down to the subject of the conversation that you started or have received. For example, something I actually read today, you might have come across the same stuff, is when let's say it's a WhatsApp group. Now, I hate WhatsApp groups.
And now you're in about 50 of them.
Now, yeah, I am. I absolutely hate them. But to be present, you have to be responsive, right? And to be included, you got to be responsive. When you're not, people are like, why is there only one person who's responding? Anyway, there could be laughs, there could be jokes, there could be some serious conversation going on, but you don't have that mental capacity to respond in that manner because you feel like, if I do, what if they don't accept me in that way? What if they don't accept that message that way? So you overthink things. Now, I don't do that. I don't overthink anything anymore. I just say what I want. End of. And in fact, that makes me feel a little lighter because I've said what I needed to say and it's over and done with. And also, from another point of view, I've dated people in the past where I've messaged them and they've messaged me back and I've responded, and I've been told, how are you even doing anything? I'm like, well, yeah. They go, you respond so quick. And I'm like, well, you asked me a question or you text me, so what are you expecting?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking respond.
I would never understand that because I've had that before where someone goes, why are your replies really quick? Do you not want them to be?
No, exactly.
If I've had time to look at my phone and read the message and I can think of a reply, then I have time to reply.
Yeah.
So I will reply. If I'm not in a position to reply, then I won't.
Yeah.
And then
I
you'll
always
complain,
acknowledge.
it took me ages.
I acknowledge. I think acknowledgement is a real good thing, especially for this kind of conversation, because if someone does see that you've read the message, the last thing I want to do is like, oh shit, I've read it, put the phone down. They can still fucking see I read the message. I'd rather just simply say, I'm busy right now, I'll come back to you a little later. I've done it on our group when it was just last week when me and Dan and you were talking, and I said, here's a few things we want to talk about. I'm going to be out or busy, whatever it was, for the next few hours, so I'll come back to you later. Just general, simple acknowledgement, because it's so important and it's respectful. And I think sometimes when you hide behind a text message or don't respond, there's a huge amount of disrespect there, whether it's intentional or not. If you can't pick up that phone because you're fucking busy, don't pick it up. That's harsh, but it's true.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I've been in that position where I've been at work and I think, yeah, I've got time. So I'll read the message, I'll open it, and then I'll go to reply, and all of a sudden there's something in front of me I've got to deal with. If you know me and what I do for a living and you know I'm at work, just expect it. That
is expected. If the person knows you really well and if it was someone that didn't know you very well, wouldn't probably respond in that way. They'd probably think, what's happened? Why has you read it and then not respond?
Yeah, and then you end up having to explain yourself and I think,
it's all situational. It's all situational. I think go on.
Sorry, even now with my partner, whenever I go to work, I will always say to him, just at work now, I'll message you when I can. And he'll still text me or send me some videos throughout the day. And then I can see them come up on my watch, so I can tell when he's messaged me. So if I'm dealing with something, I ignore it. Like, not ignore it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I acknowledge that he sent it to me, but I don't open it, don't read it. It's just, that's for later.
Yeah.
Then when I get 5 minutes, okay, what have I been sent? If it's just videos, they can wait. Is it a text? I'll reply to the text.
Yeah.
Unless I really do have the time, in which case, I'll sit and go through.
Yeah.
But I always say to him, I'll message you when I can. So I'm not ignoring you. I will message you when I can. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Because if I can't, I'm not going to.
I think the intention of the person who receives it, like Joe obviously knows what you do, and he knows that you wouldn't ignore him because you're going to go back home to him anyway. You get back to that wrath if you have ignored him.
Oh,
right?
God, yeah.
And vice versa. So in that sense, it's understandable, but it's when like someone purposely does it, and it's not a nice thing to be on the receiving end of that. Luckily, I've not actually been on that. Actually, I have during a breakup, but that's by the by. I didn't give a shit then because I was like, okay, if they're not responding, I don't care. However, but if you're not in a position, and you mentioned earlier about potential relationships that could happen, and you're building something, then all of a sudden, bang, you start getting this. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, I find because I've spoken to people about this before in the past, or whether it's friends or whoever, about something that like a potential relationship that I've had really good hopes over, thinking we're getting on really well. I've got a really good feeling about this. And for whatever reason, the replies just become even slower. And eventually they just read and ignore your message. So they just ghost you.
Nothing, yeah.
And and then that played on my mind so much. And what I found is it happens more. I don't know why, it just does. It happens more in the sort of gay community.
Right.
Couldn't tell you why. Couldn't possibly tell you why.
That is weird, isn't it?
It is really weird. Instead of, I don't know whether it's just modern day principles or whatever it is, but instead of just going, sorry, I'm not feeling this, I don't like you in that way, whatever, and just being honest, they just find it easier to hide behind the text.
Yeah.
Just ghost. They'll go away.
Avoidance.
Not thinking about what effect that is having on the other person, regardless of whether you've been talking for 2 weeks or 2 years.
Yeah.
Because in 2 weeks, you can get a lot of feelings build up, thinking, like getting really hopeful. And to have that just cut, you're thinking, hang on, a part of my routine's just gone. Because part of your routine.
Yes, absolutely.
Because part of your routine, especially when you're in that initial stage, is wake up. Oh, I'll send them a good morning text, or I'll ask them how they are, what they're doing today. And all of a sudden, it's gone. And you're like, now what?
That is hard. That is really, really hard. But the thing is like I couldn't literally do it to anyone else. If I read a message, I need to respond, even if I don't like the person, or even if I've had an argument with that person. And so I started doing these little posts on Instagram and Facebook called Digest This. And what they are is just little daily affirmations or just daily messages to wake you up. And one, to me, as part of this, in fact, it sits quite well with this. The last one that I did was communication is a key to happiness. Because it only takes that 1 second to respond or just acknowledge someone to make someone feel good or make them feel at ease. Why not do that? Why not do that? I am not going to apologize for being consistent. If somebody messages me and I respond, that's just who I'm going to be. And I think, sadly, we are in a world now, and this is another thing that will add to this. I will keep going. So if you have friends on Instagram and Facebook or whatever, which I'm sure you do, and you get memes and videos and all that kind of shit, that's now become a sign of actually asking someone, how you doing? Or are you okay? You know, send them a message, they'll respond with a smiley face. Yeah, they're chilling. There's no fucking communication there. None whatsoever. There's no physical conversation. And that can lead to horrible things. That can lead to friendships breaking up or just distancing. You know, then the hide and seek comes in. When you actually do text them, they're thinking, I've just sent him a meme. I don't need to respond. I know he's okay. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So there is a massive detrimental effect with physical digital hide and seek because it can affect you in more ways than one. Anxiety, like you mentioned, depression, and also a lot of self-doubt. And this comes with when you start seeing people on social media driving nice cars, having loads of money, wearing the best clothes, all that kind of shit, which is not real, right? You only put on there
what you want people to see.
What you want people to see. So what do? You switch off social media. People start getting worried because they can't message you on social media. They don't have your number anymore because that was their point. That was their way of getting in touch, going back to your point. So there's massive detrimental effects. So my point now is to anyone that's actually going through this or feels that communicating by memes or by jokes and all that kind of shit is your form of actually saying that they're okay, don't pick up the phone or actually text them and just say, are you okay? How are you doing? That's one way of communicating perfectly fine in the most respectful way, and you'll get a response.
Absolutely. It's all well and good sending those memes, and sometimes it depends on the level of friend. I always find it depends on who the friend is and what level of friendship you have. If it's someone you're ridiculously close with that you could go 3 weeks without talking to them, and then when you do see them, it's like you saw them 5 minutes ago.
Right. They're the real friends.
Yeah. Send them a meme. Like, you're alive.
Yeah.
Happy days. I'll message you in a bit.
So one of my friends, Stacey, like that. One of my friends, Stacey, is exactly the same. We would see each other maybe once a year. In fact, when I was in hospital, she was there a lot. And I've not seen her since December. But I still feel like I seen her yesterday. They're real friendships. That's what friendship's all about. But it's when you have someone who's so-called close to you and you try and meet up with them, you try and call them and you try and text them and you get nothing back, but you see them post it on Facebook.
That I find is the worst.
Or Instagram.
When you message them, you're waiting for that reply. Say, oh, should we do something on this day? And they ignore your message. They don't read it. And all of a sudden they post on their story on the day that you've asked to meet up and they're out with other friends.
I've not had that, but yeah, I know what you mean.
That one gets me sometimes.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened in a while, but it's happened. And then you start thinking, well, why couldn't you just tell me that you had plans?
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. I have nothing against you going out with your friends. We can just arrange another day.
Just
Absolutely
be honest.
fine. But when you ignore me, it's like, okay, so have you scrambled to make plans? Or are you just, why don't you want to tell? And then you start thinking, well, is it, do they not want to hang out with me? Do they not want to see me? What is it? 9 times out of 10, it's probably just because they forgot to message. And then they've had these plans because they've been trying to organise it, whatever it is. But you see that and you're just thinking, hang on. You know I messaged you because you've been on, because you posted on your story.
Just be straight up. So the whole purpose of digital hide and seek and bringing this up is because it stems out into so many different ways. And most people think it's just not responding to a text message. But now in conversation, you can see that there's so much more involved. And I think also you kind of have to be tactical if you're the person who's doing it. Because A, you've got to remember who you're hiding from. B, when you post it, will they see it? And C, will you remember your lie? If there is one. You know, there's so many little different aspects of digital hide and seek.
Yeah. And then if it is a case of you're lying and then you do slip up, oh my God, you're in for shit.
And also the whole world has seen it.
But then it's one of those, because I have done it in the past where whether it's because it's just someone who I've tried to explain things to many times, I don't want to talk to them and they're just not getting the message, or it's a case of I want some time apart from you because for whatever reason we've had a falling out, or I just need some space. I'm not dead. I'm not going anywhere. I just need space. And I'll tell them that. And sometimes then they message again and again, so I won't open the message. And then so I think, okay, if I post on my story now, that's just going to cause me grief further down the line. But I still want to post on my story because for whatever reason, I want to share with people what I'm doing. So it's just nice sometimes. I don't post on my story that often. Usually it's when I'm with Joe, and he's sort of flooded my social media at the minute, as you've probably seen. So then what you do is you find yourself hiding your story from them. So you go, who can see your story?
Right, okay.
And you click, and you click, and you click. And you think, what is the actual point? There is no reason to do that.
When you could have actually just solved it by just saying, look, chill out.
When I've already told them I need some space.
Yeah. Sometimes at once is not enough for certain people. Because they either care too much.
Or they don't care enough.
Or they still want attention. They want you to give them the attention that they're probably not getting elsewhere. Now, with all this comes implications. The purpose of why I brought this up is because it can cause issues, right? It can cause people to fall into, what's that word? You know when people overthink. When they overthink a scenario. So what is it? I think it's 90% or 80% of scenarios that you think about don't even come true, right?
Oh, massively so.
Because
Especially in my head.
Yeah. And I'm now in a position in life where I don't really care about anyone else now. In that sense, if somebody wants to like not respond or whatever, I'm like, cool, I've done my bit. And I think you have to start learning about your own worth. And you've got to put yourself above others in situations like this, because if no one wants to respond to you, they've not got time to respond to you. You need to match them on their attitude and their responses, which is, I'll do the same. It's not the ideal way of doing it, but why waste all that energy, that headspace on someone who's not giving you that time?
Exactly.
So luckily, I'm not in a position where I'm having to deal with this very often. I've had it once or twice over the last few months. Once was a set of friends that came to visit me in hospital, and they were like, oh, your life's over, you can't drink anymore, you can't do this, you can't go out, you can't see your friends. And I was like, what the fuck? Told them to leave.
Well,
In fact, my actual words were fuck off. So and they did, and they've tried to contact me a few times, and I've sent them a simple message saying, you understand why I don't want to talk to you anymore. We're in completely different stages of life. I don't want to be around your kind of energy, so I prefer if we just cut it off here. I'm going to stop. I'm going to block your number. And I was very honest. I'm going to block your number. I'm going to take your former socials. Please don't get back in touch. Done. I've now relayed my message. And I said exactly what I'm going to do. So I've got no reason to hide anymore. They know the people that I know. If they want to talk, they want to ask about me, they can do. But I've now created that. I've shut it off. And I've been respectful and told them that. I just wish that people were more forthcoming with that when they're telling other people or ghosting people. just simply pick up the phone or message and say, I don't want to talk to you, or I need some space, just like you said.
Just be upfront and honest.
Mm.
And that way, when they try and argue with you, you said, well, I told you.
Yeah. I think you can say, I told you so, motherfucker.
It's like, I told you.
Communication
why are
is
you
the key
mad?
to happiness. Yeah.
I told you at the time, you didn't seem too bothered. Why are you bothered now?
Yeah. Well,
Fuck
sometimes
off.
it doesn't sink in straight away.
No, it doesn't. And then it's that absence that they go, what's missing? Oh, he's not sent me a reel today, or he's not messaged me in a while, or sent me whatever. I'll message him. Hang on. He didn't want me to message him. Why is that? It's like, maybe if you thought about that at the time.
Yeah.
But then it also goes, are there times where you wouldn't send that message to someone? Maybe they've annoyed you in such a way that you think, you know what, you don't deserve that explanation.
See, I would still say it. And the reason being is because it needs to come off your own mind. And actually, majority of the times, I'd rather pick up the phone and say it to them than actually do it on a text, because with a text or a WhatsApp, you can't understand the tone as much as you would if you were talking to that person. And this is where communication and also articulating whatever you want to say in the correct way can actually ease the situation as well. Maybe they'll be more acceptable of it instead of just saying, right, I fucking hate you, don't message me again. Right?
I mean, he gets the message across, I suppose.
Yeah, well, they get the point. But I always I believe in reasoning, and I also believe in being very clear as to why, so the other person understands. So if they have made mistakes, they need to know why. I can't cut people off. I just can't do it. It needs got to be complete and utterly clear. I've had to do it. Actually, I did it to someone else earlier this year because this person became extremely possessive of my time. Constantly texting, constantly calling. If I've not responded, there'll be like 20, 30 messages after. And I did mention it to them. I go, look, can you please just back off a little bit? This is when I was healing, so I wasn't entirely well. And I was talking to other people that weren't giving me the headache. And that person didn't like that. They're like, why can you spend time talking to them when you can't do that to me? And I was like, well, because when I'm actually talking to you, you're talking at me, and I don't like that. You're telling me how I should feel. You're telling me how I should heal. And you're also telling me who I should talk to. Who the fuck are you?
Big no.
Yeah. And this is a friend. This is a friend. To a point, they've had issues throughout their life. And I understand they've had a really, really hard upbringing as well. And I also suggested, this is where it all started. When I suggested therapy, I got to be a good thing for you to do because I think it's going to really be helpful with you. It got thrown in my face, and it was like, you don't know how I feel. You don't know my mind. I know I don't. That's why I'm telling you this is going to be beneficial. Didn't go down very well. So this is when all the barrages started, and then kind of got forgotten, and then it came back, and then it came back, and then I just had to communicate how I felt and not hide behind it. I think it's important.
No, I'm with you.
Then I ghosted them.
Yeah, because sometimes they don't get the message.
Yeah.
And I found that before with people that I used to consider who were my best friends, where they've done something that I just think, how could you possibly do that when you know me on a level that you do, knowing full well that it's going to upset me? If it's just a friend who you don't see much, okay, yeah, you're not going to understand. I'll give you a chance. I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
But then when it's someone like your best friend or someone closer who knows you, when they make those sort of comments or mistakes, you're thinking, hang on, no, you definitely know better than that. Because I find someone who used to be my best friend up until fairly recently, pretty much until it was when I started seeing Joe.
Right.
Then it sort of fizzled off around there, especially when I was off work for a while. It really fizzled out there because some of the things that she had said to me, I thought, if you were who you say you are to me, you would not have said that to me.
Right.
And I explained that to her before. And I remember I went to the spa with Joe and she called me while I was there. And I was really confused. Why she never calls me? What? So I answer. I go, you're right. And she's asking me where I am. And I'm like, I'm at the spa. Why? And she's like, oh, are you with him? I was like, yeah.
He has a name.
Why does that matter? Oh, well, why are you spending time and not why are you not spending time with me? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
Simple as. Like, it really baffled me. And then she went on quite a massive tirade, like having a go at me for feeling certain ways. So, I mean, this is fairly. I'm not going to go into detail with it because it is quite graphic. But
Sure.
Not long before I went to the spa with Joe, me and a colleague came across someone who had taken their own life in the woods, bearing in mind it was winter, really dark, really cold, fog, no leaves on the trees. Terrifying. It was like a Victorian horror film.
Wow. Yeah.
Looking back at it now, it doesn't bother me in that way. But at the time, it did.
Yeah, of course.
Because we weren't expecting it. We just found them. And that's what got me. And it really affected me, which I'd never had before with anything like that.
Right.
And I told her that. I said, it's really got to me. And I'm using this as not only time to spend time with my new love interest, but also it's like a reset for me.
Bit of downtime.
And I'll never forget what she said. You don't feel that way. Do I not?
Who the hell did she tell you how you feel?
That did make me cry. I will never deny that.
Yeah.
It made me really upset. The fact that she could turn around and say that to me. I was like, what do you mean I don't feel that way? Just because I might make jokes about stuff like that does not mean I won't feel that way. That's not the point.
Yeah.
I'm telling you how I feel. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. So I ended the phone call after that, and then I thought, maybe she didn't mean it like that. I'll give her another chance. And the thing that really sold it to me was, I think it was the second or third time I met up with her since then. She turned to me, bearing in mind she'd never met Joe. She went, what are you playing at, Will? You can do better. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to? I was like, if you felt that way, you could have told me when I was talking to her, because I showed her pictures and everything when I first started talking to him.
Yeah.
No issues there. So why now? And that just sold it to me. I was like, you know what? We're done.
Was there a lot of attention taken away from her? Did you
I
spend a
think
lot of time
so.
together? Yeah.
We used to. And then when I was off work, a lot of that time went away from her, and she started getting really jealous of people I worked with. Really jealous.
Okay.
I thought, we're not in a relationship. Chill out.
Do you think she wanted to be?
I hope not. I don't swing that way. But
she'd be disappointed.
it was when I was off work as well, and I was spending a lot more time with Sarah, who's like my work wife, because she understands the pressures and the stresses of the job and has an understanding of what it can be like to be under investigation and things like that. So I spent a lot of time with her because she understood, and I could talk to her about it without being judged. And she didn't like that.
Yeah, because she wants to be that person he talked about.
So she's gone.
Well, look at it in there's a silver lining here, because you actually got to see what she's really like in a situation where you probably needed her the most.
Exactly. It's like, because I don't know. I know Dan will especially know, because I'm a fucking idiot sometimes, and I can preach all of this shit and say, "Oh, you're struggling. You need to reach out." Do I do it myself? Do I fuck? When people say practice what you preach, I really need to do that.
Yeah.
So when I'm going through a tough time, a lot of the time I will withdraw myself, especially online. I will have that digital hide and seek.
That's more of a digital detox though as well.
Yeah, it's more of I just need
There's a difference,
not focus on it, especially WhatsApp. That one always gets me because I have about 50 million messages on there, and I still haven't got around to reading them all.
But it takes you like 2 days to respond.
Exactly. Yeah,
but the thing is, I don't take it personally because I know you.
Because I know it's just like the amount of times there's like 50 messages. I'm like, I'm too tired to even think about reading those at the minute. I'm just gonna wait.
See, you know what it is as well? I do this thing where if messages come, I need to get onto them straight away so I don't get them clogged. Do you know what I mean? This is exactly why in fact, I actually feel a lot freer doing that, because I did used to do that, where I wouldn't reply for ages and ages and ages, depending on who the person was. Now every single person gets treated exactly the same.
No, what I find now is because, especially whether I'm spending time with Joe or with family, I don't necessarily want to be on my phone.
No, of course not. There's a
So
difference.
I'm trying to focus my time on them because, especially if I've been at work all day, messages are going to get clogged anyway. And when I was on my own, of course, I'd get home from work and it'd just be go through it. Didn't do me any good. So I'm just trying to step away from that habit. And then I find now, it's like I look at it and there's like 100+ messages in this group chat. And I'm like,
You're a wanted man. You're a wanted man.
So then it's like, I'll have a quick glance at them to see if any of it's relevant to me. You know, when it says like there's an app, so someone mentioned you, and I'll just go straight to that.
Valid.
I'll just go, everything else is irrelevant unless they're asking me about something, then I'll scroll back up. But I'll go straight to that, see what they're mentioning me for. Is it worth having an input? Or should I just give it a thumbs up or a heart, whatever it is? And if it's not, I'll just clear the notification, because if I don't need to respond, I don't need to respond. So as you're aware, like sometimes with some of the chats, whether it's just a generic group chat, I've not been active in that group chat for a very long time. Like the main back and forth one, like I used to be. It's really bad. I probably should message at some point. But it's like, I just clear the notification, make sure everyone's getting on, that there's no sort of arguments going on, just in case. And I just sort of lead them to it. I don't want to be... I like the idea of them all sort of handling it themselves, rather than having the founders and committee members just sort of
plant the seed, watch it grow kind of thing. I get it.
So I just clear the message, and then once those notifications are clear, I'm like,
you can chill out.
And then another one comes up, you're like, motherfucker.
Now, I just want to point out, I'm not saying that everyone should just come off social media or hide away and stuff. What I'm actually saying is, use time wisely as well. I use it when I'm on the bog. And
absolutely, that's the best time to do it.
Get up and your legs are numb, you've had a good social media session, and then I'm all right after that. But I use it a lot because I like passing on positivity, and I really like to motivate people. And since coming out of hospital, I think that's actually been my aim. So also with that, I actually want to teach and show people that regardless of the situation you are in, you have time. Absolutely. You can do things. I'm a busy fucker. I'm very, very busy all the time. But if someone messages me or calls me, I will respond. There's this one meme where it shows you a person who's responded saying, as soon as I got home, I fell asleep, so I didn't respond. And it shows you this one person going in the house, using this as an example, going in the house and just falling asleep at the door as soon as they've closed it. Because that's what they said, that as soon as I got home, I fell asleep. You got fucking time to answer a message. It takes seconds.
But then it goes back to that thing is, are you in the mindset to do that?
Not to respond.
So let's say you've come home from a very long shift at work. You are exhausted. Obviously, you're not going to fall asleep as soon as you get through the door, but your mindset is, I'm going in, I'm going to have a wash, or I'm just going to get undressed straight into bed. Phone on the side, that's it.
Yeah. Fine. But I'm guessing that maybe the next day you'd respond.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just leave it there. It is, but if I'm ever in that feeling, I will just... I'm not even going to look at the notifications.
Yeah.
But if you have time to sit and look at it...
It's the headspace thing, though, isn't it? If you've got that precise moment, if you've not got the headspace to do it, I get it. But it's when...
But I like that idea of as soon as you open the door,
yeah, exactly.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't fall asleep. But hang on, I didn't finish that. It said they've gotten home and they're falling asleep. But then whilst you're on your own socials, you see they're online. You're like, did you?
It's like, why you
can't
like?
back you.
Instead of just... and that comes back to what you said. It's like, just be honest and communicate. Honest. Because if you're going to be online... I saw it the other day. I don't know how to word it properly. But anyway, it's like you say goodnight on one app, but you're still awake on the other.
Yeah.
And that's something I do.
Yeah, I do that.
So whether it's past a certain time or whatever it is, that app is closed for business. It's closed for the day. I'm not going to use it unless something urgent comes through on it. Which if it's something like TikTok, obviously it's not going to be urgent. So like, let's say WhatsApp after 10 o'clock, unless it's urgent, that's closed for the day. Instagram is still fair play because of the reels, or TikTok.
Yeah. It's conversing. I think that's the difference, isn't it? Sometimes you don't want to have a full-on conversation.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I remember a conversation with someone, I'm in bed, I'm like, right, I'm chilling out now. I'm going to stop messaging. I will say, I'm done. The conversation's over. I'm going to have some time to chill. So they've got no way of actually saying to me, well, you're on Instagram. Yeah, because I told you I was fucking chilling.
Yeah, and that honesty part, it comes back to that honesty
Mm.
part of like people go, okay, yeah, I'll speak tomorrow, good night, and they won't actually say what they're going to do. They'll just say, I'm going to sleep now, but then now they're active, and they'll send you a reel. And you're like, hang on a fucking minute.
Yeah.
And it's like that meme where they're in the cars past each other going, hang on a second.
Yeah.
But then it's like, but like I said, that app's closed for the day.
Yeah.
So I will say, this is a good night message. So have a nice sleep. But I'm having my unwind moment on this app. And will I send you a video?
Yeah.
Probably.
People
That doesn't
are mine
mean
in
I'm in the
different
mood
ways.
to talk.
Yeah. People are mine in different ways. And sometimes mine is to watch some shit on one of the social media pages. I'm a big radio control car fan. Sometimes I just sit there on YouTube and just put it on and I fall asleep to it. About making radio control cars. That's just what I do.
Or it's like, I don't know if you ever went through that phase, but I know I did. Especially when I was younger, of watching on YouTube those kids building like a pool in the forest. There's there's like the Indian guys building random pools and little mud houses in a forest.
Yeah.
And it's like, how
Eco
the
house.
fuck? Yeah, how the fuck have you done that?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the way that it's slightly fast forwarded, so then when they're hammering it down, that noise is just like,
You know, it's therapeutic, isn't it? I am so glad you said that. I know
especially the
exactly.
bamboo, the noise it makes, and they're just making a bed out of it. And you're like, that's the spot.
Do you know how many of those I watched when I was in hospital?
They're
Headphones on, and
addictive.
I'm just like,
Nothing interesting is happening. They
No.
make something really cool, but you never want to fast forward a moment because you
No.
might miss something. And
No.
you think, maybe I could learn from this video.
That
What
like
if I'm
underground
stuck in the
swimming pools.
wild and I want to build an underground swimming pool?
just in case that one day you're stuck somewhere in CV1.
Just so when I am found by the authorities, I'm found in style. Or if I do die, I die in style.
Exactly.
Why did he die? He starved because he focused on building an underground pool.
But you know what? You've got to really have a real good mindset to picture it and then just flip and do it. It's usually made out of just mud and wood
Yeah.
and stones, but they make it amazing.
It's amazing what you can do with...
But that just goes to show if you put your mind to something, you can fucking do it.
Exactly.
Whether they have it all or whether they have nothing at all, you can do it. Hey, yeah, that was a good episode. I enjoyed that.
That's a good way to end it.
Yeah, that was.
Indian guys building an underground pool.
I'm going to have to make some phone calls when I get home to see some of my relatives, see if they can make me one. Yeah, uncle, can you please make me an underground pool? Fuck off. I live in Southall, mate.
So why are you talking to me like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, so obviously this leads us on to the next bit, which is the love spuds.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot about that.
Dan has one.
Dan has one, and I'm going to play it for
You going to play it? Good, go for it. This should be quite interesting because it's really unusual for Dan
Where's
not
it
being
got? Oh,
here because he's always here.
Stab like
It's like he lives here.
Right, are you ready for this?
Yeah,
I've not actually listened to this yet.
me neither.
Afternoon, fellas. Sorry I can't be with you today. Family matters, so I'm taking some time out. My love spuds, Alton Towers yesterday. Despite the fact that we shouldn't have gone because it's half term and Scarefest and every family in the United Kingdom seemed to be Alton Towers yesterday. I
Self-inflicted.
queued for 1 hour from Alton Village into Alton Towers itself, getting there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Managed to get on 2 rides all day because the queues were all in excess of 90 minutes for each ride. And car parking. I paid £12 from the QR code leaving Alton Towers yesterday afternoon. Do you think anybody stopped to check us on the way out to make sure we paid? 12 quid down for parking that I didn't need to pay for. Anyway, hope you have a good podcast, lads. I will catch up with you soon and see you next Thursday.
Can we class that as a love spurs? Because that sounds very self-inflicted.
Yes and no. So the thing is, you are told that you have to pay, right?
See, now I've thought about this before because I had this when I went and I paid for the parking and the barriers were up. But there are ANPR cameras.
Okay.
So I don't know whether that's just for the barrier or whether they still log it as a way to try and catch people out to make
Valid.
more money. Because obviously
Maybe
they send you the
unless it's-
parking charge, don't they, if you don't pay.
Potentially, unless it's ANPR, I don't know. Maybe.
So,
But
yeah.
I will say, serves him right because he's gone on the busiest time of the year, which is the Halloween Scarefest time. he ain't going to get on any rides. None whatsoever.
And he's gone, when did he say he got Monday? Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday. So a lot of people are thinking we'll go on the Monday.
Because it's going to be quieter. Everyone's not thinking that. They're thinking, fuck this shit. We're all going at the same time. And that's what happened. Actually, when he mentioned it earlier on, and he goes, it's a love split about Alton Towers, I was hoping he went on the Oblivion and shit himself. Because that would have been great.
By the sounds of it, he never got to Oblivion.
No.
And also he's got the kids to think about, so he's going to go nowhere near that part of the park, is he?
That's true.
So
That's
he's queuing up to use the cable car.
Yeah. Was it the cups and saucers?
Queues in excess of 90 minutes for the toilet.
That's a bit shit, isn't it? That is really shit. What about you, dude?
Do I have any?
Come on, Will.
spuds?
Don't do this.
I've
Don't
not
do
really
this.
been doing anything to give me A love spuds, to be quite honest. Something really did annoy me though, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
You'll have to find something.
There was something that really pissed me off. What was it? That's going to really bother me now. I know.
Here we go.
Slow walkers.
Okay.
So, a couple of weeks ago, I was in London
Mine's off the back of this, actually.
for a family friend's wedding.
Yeah.
So me and Joe went down a couple of days early to spend some time in London because both of us are basically kids and we love London.
Yep.
So we went to like the Sea Life Centre. Incredible. Even as an adult, I was just stood there staring at the fish zoned out.
In awe.
Honestly, it's the most calm my brain has been in that place. However, walking around London, you'd think London is a very busy place. It's full of businessmen, and everyone's in a rush.
Sometimes.
Because the
unless you're in
tube is
Camden.
every 2 minutes, but if you miss that first one, your life's over, kind of
Yep.
thing. So you think people are going to be rushing about. Well, they fuck. Dawdling. The lot of them. And you've got groups of people. Bearing in mind, the street is packed full of people and vehicles.
Yeah.
You think, we'll have some common sense here. We'll walk no more than 2 next to each other. Do they do that?
Nope.
They take up the entire path. And then what they do is they're walking with some purpose. Not enough for me, but they're walking with some purpose. They know where they're going. And then they stop.
Yeah.
No warning, no nothing. If you were driving, it'd be an accident.
I know exactly.
And
what
they'd
you're
just
talking
stop. And they'd look at the phone.
Are you that guy who will say something? Or do you just walk around them?
I say something as I walk around.
Like what? Wanker.
Not quite like that. Nothing that will get me arrested anyway. I would just be like, oh, don't you just love it when people stop and look in the or whatever? I'll just
the passive aggressive.
I'll say something to Joe or whatever, but I'll say it loud enough for them to hear. So I say, oh, I love it when people just fucking stop in the fucking path. Really appreciate that. Or, oh, I'm sorry. Did I get in your way? Or so, just anything like that. Just petty shit, really.
The
But I say
thing
it
is, you've
loud
gotta be
enough.
petty. I think
One of
it's
these
allowed.
days, it's going to come back and bite me, and someone's going to stab me, especially in London. So-
in London,
Yeah.
Camden, 100%. It will happen. It will happen.
Yeah. So
You
what's
see,
yours?
Mine isn't that much different to that.
Oh.
So it was on Sunday. I went to Leicester. So Mum has this pressure cooker that she's had for donkey's years, and she absolutely loves this pressure cooker. But the handle's starting to get loose. Pressure cookers have this like, rubber ring on the inside
Yes.
that you have to replace from time to time because they do wear out. Anyway, the only place that she could find the one that she wanted, and she knows she can get it, is in Leicester. We've got family in Leicester. So I thought, why don't we go on Sunday? We'll go. It'll be great. We'll go see some family, and then we'll go get this rubber ring. But I'll go, instead of getting the rubber ring, let's just get a new pressure cooker. Because this one, I'm sure it's about 20 years old. It's seen some things, man. I
And a
tell you.
pressure cooker as well.
Yeah.
You're
It's-
asking for it with that.
Well, the handle, because I'm constantly tightening the handle, I've said to Mum on time and time again, we're just going to get another one because eventually that's going to fall off. You're going to hurt yourself. And it won't be quite, because if that lands, it's like a bomb, right? It explodes.
Well, yeah.
So she was in a mood. She was like, no, I don't want it. I want to buy the ring. I was like, tough shit. We're getting a pressure cooker. Anyway, we're in this shop. There's a particular shop that does all this like cookers and saucepans and whatever. I hate shopping in Leicester with a passion. But we're in this shop and already opened the door. My back's got up. Literally, the hair on my neck has stood up because I'm just angry. And you can't walk very fast in this shop because it's literally full from the second you go in. And a woman's behind me. And the woman in front's got a Zimmer frame, so she's walking quite slow. And she's like, excuse me. And I've ignored her because I thought, I'm not responding to this because she can see I can't go anywhere. Excuse me. Then she touches me and moves my arm. And I lost it. I lost my shit. I was like, will you fuck off? And she was like, excuse me. She was an Indian lady. And she was like, oh, you can't talk like that. I go, I'm sorry, but where do you expect me to go? Where can I go? Excuse you to what? What are you going to do? Are you going to push her over? She turned around and walked out of the store. But it happened twice in that shop. And I just think people just need to understand and observe the area before asking people to move. Just be.
Because that is one of my biggest pet peeves, is busy shops.
Yep.
So, I mean, a bit digress, but I went to Birmingham on Sunday, just really randomly, because I wanted to.
Yeah, fine. It's
I
good to
don't
do.
like Birmingham,
Oh, then it's not good to do.
but we went anyway.
Mm.
And I drove there. Wasn't an issue, actually. It was actually quite an easy drive because it was a Sunday. Just Sunday drivers,
Yeah.
which are dickheads anyway. There's this new shop that's opened up. I mean, they're all quite busy because it's for whatever reason everyone goes shopping on a Sunday. Don't know why, but they do. The shortest day that they can go shopping, and that's when they choose
That's
to
where
go.
they want to go, yeah.
And this new little shop that sells like cutesy little figurines and whatever in the bull ring. And Joe wanted to have a look, so yeah, absolutely, we'll go have a look, see what they got. I looked in the shop and immediately we're both just overstimulated. There is so much. It's for a shop with no music. It was very loud,
Oh, really?
very noisy, and you just think it's really bright. There's a lot of color. There's a lot of people. And you're just thinking, my eyes are gonna pop. And I was just like, I just want to get to the back of the store because there's something over there that I like the look of and I want to go look at it. There's no one over there. They're all at the front and they're all clogging up each aisle and they don't just, it's not like they're standing next to the shelf that they're looking at. They're in the middle.
It's like warbling.
Or they're standing against the other shelf,
Yeah.
reaching over. And I'm like, make up your fucking mind. You're doing my head in. So then you're trying to walk through and then you're trying to think, right, okay, where does my driving training come in practice here? The path of least resistance.
Do it.
And I'm going to be quite crass here. You've got one with a big back in it, and you've got one with a child in. Which path do you think I'm going to take?
From the child.
Absolutely.
Of course you are.
I'm not being funny. The child could move somewhere.
Yep.
That one's clogged. I ain't going down that one.
Yeah.
And even that, and then you get their parents looking, why are you coming past us? Because I am.
Yes.
Because you're in the way.
But the thing is, just it's common courtesy. Look, someone wants to go walk past, move your child.
Exactly.
There's so many arguments
In
that
a
happen
busy
because of
small shop as well. Have a hand on that thing.
this, right? Or that that dog leash thing for kids.
The little harnesses,
Yeah,
just yank them
that's
back.
it.
A
Harness,
retractable lead,
not
just
dog
drag
leash.
them back. Oh dear.
You had 2 love spuds today.
I did.
That is record
I realised
breaking.
that. I couldn't think of it, and all of a sudden it just came
Yeah,
out.
I'm so happy for you, man. I'm proud of you.
What can I
I'm
say?
so proud of you. I'm
Making
proud
up
of
for
you.
it. Making up for lost time.
Before we obviously sign off, Christmas is around the corner.
Yes! I'm glad you remembered, because I fucking forgot.
That's why I'm here, man.
So I know we've got a couple of things in the works that we're planning for Christmas. Dan's got a couple of things that he's working on in terms of social media side of stuff, as well as potentially some other events. However, the solid one that I am planning and just need to make a PowerPoint for it is the Christmas carol service. It is not a carol service. I just call it that because it's in a church.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So if to anyone who came to it last year, it's very relaxed. So last year, I've taken some notes from that and I'm changing it this year.
Okay.
So last year, we obviously sat in the rows, mainly because I couldn't be asked to move all the chairs because it's
Yeah.
effort. This year, I'm going to move them. So I'm going to be sat, hopefully, round tables, or at least just in more of a semicircle type shape. So it's just a bit more informal.
Yeah, I guess
Rather than
people can
just rows.
socialise a little bit better.
So I'm going to do that. It's not going to be. I'm going to say this now because people always think it's going to happen. I'm not going to be ramming Jesus down your throat. I couldn't care whether you're Christian, Muslim, atheist, Buddhist, whatever. I do not care. In the nicest way possible, I don't care. Just come and have a good time.
It's for everybody, right?
So it's going to be on the 20th of December. I need to get a time definitely confirmed. But I'm thinking it's
Sure.
about 5 p.m. So early enough that it's not too late for kids, but late enough for you to get yourself sorted for the day.
Perfect.
So it's a Saturday. First Saturday of the Christmas holidays before Christmas. So you've got no excuse.
Brilliant. Get this in your diary, guys. Get it in your diary. Because I'm going to be there. I'm going to
Good.
I'm going to grace you
And
with
if
my
you're
presence.
lucky enough, if I'm not ill, I may do a bit of singing for you all as well.
Oh, wow.
I did last year.
Got to make sure you plaster loads of Vicks on your hands that morning.
And I'm more determined to do it this year because my sister didn't film all of it and I was fuming with her.
Are you going to do All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey?
If you think I've got the range for it,
I
then.
want you to do it just for comical purposes.
So
Well, it's been great today, though.
It's going to be good. It's going to be quizzes, raffle. There's going to be some great prizes already that I've got lined up. One of which is a voucher for the Greyhound pub, which I should be getting at some point soon.
Oh, apparently the food there is good.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
And the Greyhound, they did us a solid for the fun day. They gave us a £50 voucher.
Lovely.
So they've been incredible throughout, and they want us to go and do an input at some point.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. There's going to be gingerbread, mince pies, mulled wine. It's going to be good.
Oh, sounds it.
It's going to be just a really nice night. The only thing I will say, just to warn you, there is no heating in this building.
Okay.
It is cold as anything. It's as cold as a witch's tit. So bring blankets. We have some hot water bottles.
Yeah.
However, don't know how the logistics of that's going to work in terms of risk. So bring blankets.
Mhm.
If you want to bring your own, absolutely. Bring a hot water bottle, bring your own. Hand warmers, yeah. But it will get warm in there quite quick if there's plenty of people. It did last year.
Got it.
Especially when you're wearing a Christmas jumper that's made of wool.
Where is it?
St Thomas's Church on Longford Road
Got
in
it.
Coventry. CV6 6DR.
On the 20th of December.
20th of December. Should be about 5 p.m.
Perfect.
But we will plug it on social media soon. I just need to pull my finger out and do the poster for it.
You better get on with it, mate.
I've got the first draft.
Yeah, but I ain't seen it. So I want to see stuff.
Good point. I've not shown you.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Show me.
But no, I think with that,
Oh, yeah. I'll see you
next.
Thursday.
Hey!
Hey, you did it.
Right.
Didn't fuck it up.
Didn't fuck it up this time.